And welcome back to Willard, where we have another district semifinal between the number 5 South Central Trojans and the number 1 Buckeye Central Bucks. It's tournament hoops, it's live, it's free, and it all comes to you next.
A1 Auto Sales Mansfield is driving excitement. You asked for it, you got it. A 3-month, 3,000-mile warranty on all vehicles. A local veteran-owned dealership caring about the community, providing quality vehicles at rock-bottom pricing. Cars, trucks, SUVs, and vans of all makes and models. No bones about it. Daisy the Doodle says, thanks, A1 Auto Sales Mansfield, for making my first-time car buying experience simple. Located at 100 South Illinois Ave, A1 Auto Sales Mansfield is the dealership for you.
Welcome back to Willard High School, where we have some more tournament action just minutes away. Storm Blunchley joined by the illustrious Garrett Parlett. And Garrett, we've got South Central versus Buckeye Central in his house tonight.
It's going to be a good one, Storm. Buckeye Central playing South Central. Going to be a good one here. Powerhouse Buckeye Central really hasn't really struggled all year long. They only lost to Bellevue and Willard. And Willard, that was in overtime. They beat Danbury in their sectional final 74-18.
For South Central, Deppen has been the team leader through the majority of the season.
Kennedy Deppen averaging 10.5 points per game, and Kendall Beverly is her dynamic duo, and her tandem averaging almost 10 points a game as well.
Tough game ahead for the Trojans.
Buckeye Central are really a powerhouse in this division, so they're going to need a lot of the role players to step up tonight if they want to pull off the upset.
For the Buckeye Central, what is there to say that hasn't been said? I mean, this team is just stellar.
They got 3 girls that can really score the basketball. Claudia Pfeiffer, looks like we're going to start off with a technical free throw. But Claudia Pfeiffer can really score the basketball, averaging 19.2 points per game, leading the Northern 10. Emily Cecil scores 12.3 points per game, 5.5 steals. That is an accurate stat. 3.2 assists as well, and Taylor Ratliff rounds it off with 12.2 points per game herself.
So they said that the technical free throws were assessed because South Central wore the wrong colored jerseys. They are in the darker jerseys with the gold on them, as Buckeye Central gets off to a quick start with a quick 2-pointer, but things are going to get a little confusing because Buckeye Central also in a darker gray jersey.
Yeah, Storm, it might actually come into play a bigger advantage than like some may think. You might think your team that is your teammate, but it actually is not, and it is the opposing team.
So maybe South Central with a little bit of a sneaky plan, trying to do some camouflage tactics, as they're going to get a moving screen on the Lady Bucks, and the Trojans are going to take it out of bounds. Yeah, maybe a little bit of camouflage here for South Central. Maybe they get a few turnovers, because of the similar colored jerseys.
Let's see if that works for them tonight. Storm are going to need everything they can get, and maybe this can get it done as they get a nice touchdown pass.
Lamoureux tried to collect that one, going to fall out of bounds. This one, I think, is going to cause more trouble for me, however, as a commentator than, these refs down here, as the Trojans take the ball out of bounds, almost lose possession of it, get it back. I believe that's Beverly down low. Quickly out in front is Buckeye Central, 4-0. Never want to start off with technical free throws, Garrett, but especially not against a team as good as Buckeye Central.
Not a team with 3 scorers who are top 10 in the Northern 10 in scoring. Buckeye Central is nothing to play with. They can score the ball very well, but not only that, they can play defense well as they got a block, but they turn it over, so South Central get an easy steal on the other end.
Yeah, I believe we did see Buckeye Central in action as they collect a defensive rebound versus Upper Sandusky, and I don't believe they let Upper Sandusky score through almost 2 whole quarters.
I believe it was 30-0 Storm at the end of that first quarter. I could be wrong, but all I know is that Buckeye Central is one of the better teams I've ever seen with my 2 eyes.
So the winner of this game will go on to take on Seneca East, who were just victorious in our last game here on the OH.Report. They're actually sitting directly to our right, hanging out, doing some scouting potentially, as South Central gets a shot up and gets it to go. So no matter who wins tonight, we saw that Seneca East team. They were stellar.
They play in the same conference, too, both in the Northern 10. Seneca East lost both times to Buckeye Central. However, it was close games, both decided by combined only 9 points. So Seneca East can definitely hang with Buckeye Central.
That's been the tale of the story for a lot of the teams in the Northern 10. 2 losses to Buckeye Central. We really cannot understate how good this Lady Buckeye Central's basketball program is, as we see the Trojans call a timeout early in this one. Only down 2 points, but the Trojans saw something they didn't like, deciding to talk it over.
Believe she was in a trap, and coach elected, let's call the timeout and not get a turnover here as South Central. In the tournament, Storm, it's really who can get hot at the right time, and South Central went on the road and beat Mansfield Christian, upset them. So South Central coming in, not a lot of people picking them to win this game. Maybe they can come up here and pull the upset off.
Anything is possible. Words made famous by the great Timberwolves center Kevin Garnett.
Timberwolves.
Or Celtics, depending on how you. I liked him more on the Timberwolves. A lot of people know him for the Celtics, but I believe he played his best years in Minnesota. But nonetheless, said by Kevin Garnett. And Garrett, there are some ratings. South Central's number 5, Buckeye Central number 1. But, some people say that really doesn't even matter because anything can happen.
Yeah, when you get drawn into the tournament, it really doesn't matter your seed. You all have one goal as South Central almost got a turnover, but South Central's looking to pull off the upset tonight. We'll see if they can do so. They just got to keep their head up and be confident and don't really play scared and nervous of Buckeye Central.
Definitely cannot come out here and play nervous, as you said. Got to have some confidence, as Beverly has it for the Trojans on the 3-point line. Not a lot of scoring here in the early goings of this one. Buckeye Central ripping that ball away. Somehow falls back in the hands of South Central. They put up a quick mid-range jumper, falls off the target, and once again the Buckeye Central Bucks taking it the other way. Brown has it now, kicks it out to the 3-point line. 3-point try on the way. Rebound collected by Pfeiffer, misses point-blank range. South Central's going to have a chance on offense to tie this one up. Williams has it. Free throw line jumper on the way from Osborne. Off target, Williams with an offensive rebound. Almost loses it, collects it. Going to be tied up with the Buckeye Central Buckettes. And I believe they're going to get Williams, or excuse me, I believe it's going to be a jump ball in the possession arrow points towards Buckeye Central.
Storm, these jerseys are really doing a number on me up here in the booth. I can't really tell which team is which until the other gets the ball and puts it up.
I know my dad was telling me that I did need to go to the eye doctors. I didn't think much of it, but I think after tonight I'm going to need to head to the optometrist because I really cannot tell the difference between these two jerseys.
And maybe that might work in the South Central's factor. They're still hanging around here with Buckeye Central early.
You know, this would be a strategy as Buckeye Central scores a two-pointer from mid-range. In like 2K or Madden, you know, you choose similar colored jerseys to give you the advantage on defense, right?
And maybe coach is bringing it to life, bringing it out of the video game and putting it into reality because maybe this might work for South Central. Buckeye Central had the 2 easy free throws, but maybe they can survive that.
Pfeiffer takes a wide-open fast break layup, and South Central, things are starting to get a little dicey. I know it's only a 6-point lead, but, I mean, that's a lot when you're thinking about Buckeye Central.
Turning the ball over at a high rate, too. They got to slow things down and be patient and look for the open teammate because so far Buckeye Central is doing the damage on the defensive end. It's only going to be a matter of time before their offense heats up.
Excellent steal and an even better pass to set up the fast break layup there on the replay. Ackerman, that one rolls around and out. Evac collects the rebound once again. A 3-point try on the way for the Lady Buckets, and that one falls, extending their lead even further over the Trojans.
South Central desperately needs a basket right here as bodies are flying everywhere as they're going to turn it over once again.
Buckets with another home run ball on the way. Emily Cecil this time on the receiving end puts it home for 2. And another timeout here for the Trojans. So it looks like the jersey swap, planned or not, is not working out for South Central.
To say the least, I definitely do not think the swap is going for Coach John Vogel's advantage because he is down 11 points here with just under 4 minutes remaining. South Central's got to get a bucket. They're struggling offensively, and that's a credit to Buckeye Central's defense.
And Buckeye Central, I believe, state-ranked coming into this one. This program is no joke. I know we've been talking about them a lot, but, I mean, they are really just that good.
They met up with Crestview. That's really the only connection in between these two teams. South Central out of the Firelands Conference, which Crestview plays in, and Buckeye Central blew the doors off of Crestview, 67-25, I believe the score was. So, and Crestview beat South Central both times this season, so South Central definitely has an uphill battle.
Still a lot of live and free basketball to be played here through this one, but the Buckeye Central Bucks out to a big early first quarter lead with just under 4 minutes left to play here in the first. They lead by 11. South Central really trying to get something going on offense. Had a quick bucket early in the quarter, but really haven't gotten anything going since then. Deppin's going to turn it over. Buckeye Central's defense has really been suffocating the Trojans as Ratliff has it on the right wing. Kicks it over to Ackerman, almost turned over. Ackerman able to hold on to it, is getting caught up, picked up her dribble. Now to Emily Cecil, trying to put it on a nasty crossover. It's going to be tipped away from Williams, and Buckeye Central is going to have the ball out of bounds. A couple of the role players check in for both teams. Cecil inbounds to Pfeiffer. She has it now in a running first quarter clock. Pfeiffer takes a screen from Evac, dribbles, and a no-look pass to Ackerman. What a terrific pass right there. Not going to lead to anything except for a Buckeye Central offensive rebound. Pfeiffer has it, going to try 2 steps behind the three-point line. Falls off the target. And Garrett, when that ball goes up for the rebound, I don't know who's coming down with it.
Well, Stormy, it's either going to be a gray jersey or a black jersey. I mean, they look pretty similar, but so far the gray jerseys have been grabbing most of the rebounds. That'd be Buckeye Central, as they really have been dominating the glass. South Central's got to begin to box out. And
I know that you played football in high school. Maybe it will be the same. Maybe it is different. But I thought when you went on the road, you took both colored jerseys anyways.
I've actually had this scenario happen to me at one of my JV games when I was younger. We wore white, but the team that was at home, it wasn't a playoff game like this. So the team that we traveled to, they just went inside and got their other jerseys. But like this scenario, you can't do that since it's at a neutral site. So it's I've actually never seen this happen at a neutral site, so this is kind of curious to me.
Yeah, definitely a little weird, but nonetheless, we got to play this one out as Beverly tries a mid-range jumper. Williams collects the offensive rebound, going to go out of bounds off of Buckeye Central. And South Central is going to have possession under their own basket. It has been a struggle for, I believe, any of them to, excuse me, even make a routine pass, as Buckeye Central has been swarming the passing lanes. As Lamoureux collected that one on the floor. Going to be out of bounds once again. Trojans keep possession. Checking in is Brown for Buckeye Central. Sitting down is Evac. Trojans inbound to Beverly. Defense right there on her. Takes a screen from Deppen. Dribbles to her left. Nasty crossover right there. Gets inside. Going to be fouled. Going to say no shot. Going to be out of bounds. And I believe this is the 4th time South Central is going to have to inbound on this possession.
I think they're going to call that 2 free throws, Storm. But good possession from South Central. I thought they're going to get her with the travel as Kendall Beverly went to the cup. She averages almost 10 points a game in the Firelands Conference and gets that one to drop and cuts this to a 10-point lead with 2:25 remaining.
Still a lot of hoops to be played. Trojans falling behind early in this one. Deppen steps up once again and knocks that one down as well. So 2 free throws come at the line to give the Trojans a little more momentum. Buckeye Central taking it the other way. Ratliff has it. Bounce pass all the way over in the corner where Pfeiffer's waiting for it. Now gets it up top of the key. Emily Cecil. Buckeye Central doing a terrific job of moving the ball around the perimeter. Really trying to get an open shot on this one. And that's going to be a wide open 3 off the back of that's in and out. Williams collects it a little bit too aggressive defense there from Emily Cecil. Williams is going to get fouled, and the Trojans once again to inbound. Couple of Buckettes check in.
South Central definitely not out of this one. 2 minutes remaining, only down 9 points. If they can get a bucket here, it would go a long way.
Lamoureux has it, dribbles up the court, kicks it to Williams. A little too antsy right there, picked up her pivot foot. It's going to be a travel, and the Buckeye Central Bucks taking it the other way. One minute and 58 seconds and counting left to go in the first. Buckeye Central in a commanding position, up 9 points. Ratliff has it, takes a screen from her teammate at the three-point line. Thought about that one, kicks it over to Ackerman, now gets it back over to Evac. Another terrific possession ball movement-wise for the Buckeye Central Buckettes, and it leads to a big three-pointer.
That is picture-perfect offense right there, swinging the ball around, finding the open teammate, and she splashes a 3. It was nothing but net.
Trojans trying to push the tempo a little bit, pays off as Beverly gets inside. Is going to get fouled and is going to step up to the line for 2. Ratliff picked up the foul on that last defensive possession for Buckeye Central. First free throw goes up and in. So despite lacking on the offensive end, the South Central Trojans have found great success from the free throw line.
And they need to continue to do so, get some of Buckeye Central's best players in foul trouble. Also stops the clock and allows them to get easy free throws, but they do not convert on that one.
Buckeye Central gets the defensive rebound. Up the court is Ackerman with a terrific feed down low. It's going to be another foul on the offensive end on the Trojans this time. And I believe that is Rhodes going to step up to the line to try for 2 free throws. Rhodes on her first attempt puts that one up. Great backspin on it off the back of the iron out. Won't get the shooter's touch. Still has another opportunity. That one goes up and goes in this time, pushing the lead even further in favor of Buckeye Central. Williams collects the inbound pass. Wants a screen, won't get it. Instead met with 2 Buckeye Central defenders. Finally gets it across the half-court line. Deppen has it now. Deppen, one of the terrific leaders here for South Central in their tournament run, almost turns it over. Beverly not going to get tagged with the backcourt violation as it was tipped from Buckeye Central. Ball ends up in the hands of Osborne. Going to be out of bounds, and it's going to be Buckeye Central's ball going the other way. Buckeye Central across the midcourt line now. Evac has it. Excuse me, that was Ratliff that had it. Ackerman now back up top to Cancer. Back to her now on the left wing. Dribbles inside all the way into the lane, kicks it back out to Ackerman. Now up top, Pfeiffer is going to try a three of her own. And they're going to say it was last touched by the Trojans, going to be out of bounds. Buckeye Central's ball underneath their own basket. A couple of players check in for either team. And set to inbound is Ratliff for the Buckeye Central Buckettes. A little bit of screen action. Trying to get that one inbounds. A little too little on that one, as the other way, the Trojans out on the break won't get that one to go collect their own offensive rebound. And I didn't know the bank was open this late, but the South Central just made a deposit for 2 points.
Great defense on the steal right there from the Trojans. Took it all the way, and it was right place, right time. As they got the rebound and got the easy bank shot to go and cut it to 10.
Going to be another foul on South Central. Team's third foul. Buckeye Central is going to inbound on the far sideline. Ratliff steps over there. Inbounded all the way to Evac, now to Pfeiffer on the right wing. 5 seconds and counting left to go. Pfeiffer thought about the three, fakes it, gets it over to Emily Cecil. She tries a three. That one's going to fall off the mark, and that's going to do it for the first quarter of action, where the Buckeye Central Buckettes lead the South Central Trojans 17-7. Going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with second quarter action. You've been watching High School Hoops live and free on the OH Report.
A1 Auto Sales Mansfield is driving excitement. You asked for it, you got it. A 3-month, 3,000-mile warranty on all vehicles. A local veteran-owned dealership caring about the community, providing quality vehicles at rock-bottom pricing. Cars, trucks, SUVs, and vans of all makes and models. No bones about it, Daisy the Doodle says thanks, A1 Auto Sales Mansfield, for making my first-time car buying experience simple. Located at 100 South Illinois Ave, A1 Auto Sales Mansfield is the dealership for you.
No paywalls, just live sports. Exclusively on the OH Report.
Welcome back to Willard High School, where second quarter tournament action is already underway. Storm Blunchley joined by the illustrious Garrett Parlett. Garrett, the game started off with technical free throws for Buckeye Central, and that's been kind of the story of how things have been going for the Trojans.
Buckeye Central has been dominating, really, and it's been their ball movement right there. Beautiful setup from her teammate, but they do get the offensive rebound. A lot of play and a lot of fouls so far in the first quarter. South Central was getting to the free throw line and they're making the most of opportunities, but that really has been the only thing going their way.
Still a 10-point advantage for Buckeye Central, the number 1 ranked seed, and I believe they are ranked already, which is just an incredible feat in and of itself. But they are ranked number 1 in the tournament as well. Brown has it now, hands it off to Cancer for the Buckettes offense. Gets it over in the corner where Ratliff's waiting for it. We've seen this a lot on the offensive end here for Buckeye Central, really being patient and moving the ball around the perimeter, just doing whatever they can to get a wide open look, and it has paid his dividends as a couple of Trojans go on the floor. Now inside is Brown, I believe. Kicks it out to Cancer, moves the ball over to Pfeiffer. She thought about a three. Dribbles it inside anyways, all the way into the painted area, kicks it back out to Ratliff. A super patient offensive possession. Gonna end with a foul here on the Trojans, but I mean, that is just incredible offensive prowess there from Buckeye Central to never take a contested shot and really only shoot when they're wide open.
Tremendous offense for Buckeye Central. They are constantly passing the ball around and just always being unselfish, never forcing anything, and that's really why they're such a great team.
Buckeye Central off the inbound. Pfeiffer has it, puts one up off the glass, and puts it home for 2. That starts off the scoring here in the second quarter. In the first, it was all Buckeye Central. It was really tough for the Trojans to even get it across half court as Lamoureux has it, gets her pass tipped, but puts that one up and the soft bounce off the rim falls in.
South Central still clinging to a little bit of life here as Buckeye Central quickly on the other end answers that layup.
So effortlessly is this Buckeyes offense. The Trojans have to work so hard for an offensive score, but I mean, Buckeye Central just scoring pretty much at will. Going to be a tough one to pull out here for the Trojans as that shot falls off the backboard and out. Cancer collects the rebound. Gets it up the floor all the way down to Emily Cecil in the corners. Pfeiffer for 3 off the front of the rim and out. And Garrett, I had a chance early in the season to do a highlight here for the Buckeye Central Bucks and the Shelby Whippets. That was a girls matchup at Buckeye Central. And I mean, we think Shelby is a good team. Buckeye Central, I believe, beat them by over 10 points in that matchup. So if that's any testimony to how good they truly are. Trojans taking it the other way. Williams has it, gets it inside where Osborne's waiting for it. She kicks it back out to the free throw line. Little floater on the way in the painted area, off target. Brown collects the rebound, looking to get it off out of her hands and does. Gets it to, I believe that one is Cancer. She gets it out to Pfeiffer. She dribbles inside, back to Brown, now back to the right wing. Right corner, some more terrific ball movement here for Buckeye Central. Ends with a Pfeiffer mid-range shot. Off target once again. Fight for the rebound is going to end in a jump ball possession. Arrow points to Buckeye Central. So they're going to have the ball out of bounds underneath their own basket. Some confusion here on the sidelines. I believe they're going to reverse possession. Don't believe the possession arrow was switched at the end of the quarter, so the Trojans are actually going to have the ball off the jump ball. Trojans bringing it up, desperate for a score on this offensive possession. Need to stop the bleeding, but it's not going to be on that possession as there's another Trojans turnover. It has plagued them so far tonight. Really haven't been able to get anything going on offense, as Buckeye Central has just been owning this one with terrific passes, but cookies right there as South Central drives all the way inside. Going to be blocked, but not before the foul call. And Kopis is going to step up to the free throw line for 2.
Nice steal right there from Kopis on the defensive end. Got the reach around, poke through steal, took it all the way to the bucket, took some harm, took some contact, another free throw line for a chance to cut this to 10.
South Central's only offensive success has really been at the free throw line. That one falls short as a couple of Trojans check in, but it has been, points have been very hard to come by here for South Central. I mean, this has really been the only part of the floor where they've been able to score points. No, I was about to say a lane violation right there from Emily Cecil. Got a little too antsy, steps into the painted area. So South Central is going to get another crack at the free throw line. And that one falls in for South Central. Puts the deficit now to 11. Buckeye Central trying to extend it. Ackerman has it in the corner, met with 2 Trojans defenders, dribbles it off her own leg and out of bounds. So South Central with a little bit of life here in the second quarter.
South Central's defense really isn't playing that bad. They're forcing Buckeye Central to pass the ball around. They're rotating pretty well and forcing a few turnovers and steals, but they got to get something going offensively. They've only really had any points come from the free throw line, as you mentioned.
Beverly turns it over. Buckeye Central in a run out the other way. Stops, pops, puts that one up. Going to be a hard foul, and I believe that is Pfeiffer is going to step up to the charity stripe for 2 attempts. 11 total fouls here between both these teams, so Some pretty aggressive defense being played. Buckeye Central able to knock down that one from the free throw line. Pfeiffer's going to have another opportunity at the charity stripe. Steps up, that one falls as well. Deppen set to inbound for South Central. She gets it into Beverly. Beverly with the bounce pass to the right wing, sneaks it inside to Deppen. She falls away and fires off the rim and out. Pfeiffer brings things across midcourt for Buckeye Central, slowing down the tempo just ever so slightly. Emily Cecil now has it, tries to sneak that one inside, gets it to Pfeiffer. She drives all the way inside and right down Broadway Street to the cup for Buckeye Central.
Just way too easy. South Central defenders have got to step up and deny Claudia Pfeiffer the easy access point straight to the cup. And she's one of the better players, not only on this team, but in this area. Averages almost 20 points a game, and South Central finally gets a field goal to go.
Pfeiffer has it, gets it over to Emily Cecil. Back to Pfeiffer now. Trojans being a little bit more aggressive with their defense. You kind of have to. Getting a little bit desperate here as Buckeye Central is beginning to pull away. Ackerman extends the lead even further with that mid-range try. Deppen has it across half court for the Trojans. Picks up her dribble. A dangerous place right there and shows it. Emily Cecil, one-on-one fast break. Dishes it off to Pfeiffer. Textbook bounce pass inside for two on the fast break. A lot of the Buckeye Central points have come off of the fast break. They create a lot of turnovers, and then they get out and run. There's one right on cue. Looks like they might slow it down. Never mind, all the way up to Emily Cecil. Case in point right there. Buckeye Central really trying to put this one away early.
What a pass right there up to Cecil. A baseball pass right into the glove of her teammate, right in the basket. As they got that one to go in the fast break, and we're going to get a timeout from Coach Vogel and the Lady Trojans.
Full timeout, I believe, from the South Central Trojans, and I cannot blame them as this game is getting out of control early. Buckeye Central really just taking a commanding stance on this one, really getting out, creating a lot of turnovers, getting out on the fast break and putting it away before South Central has even had a chance to get back on defense.
Trojans really weren't playing bad defense at the beginning of that second quarter, but then Buckeye Central's offense really took off, and that's a credit to Claudia Pfeiffer. She's already up to 15 points, almost half of the Lady Buckets scoring. As we've seen last game, Storm, Bowerman had over half of her team points. So both of these clubs in the Northern 10, so they're both familiar with each other.
Out of the timeout, I believe it is going to be South Central's ball on the close sideline. Desperately needed to talk things over to stop some of this bleeding that Buckeye Central has inflicted. Need to start putting points on the board in a hurry as Beverly's out of bounds deep in the 5 count. Gets it back to Beverly off the inbound. Setting things up now for South Central, who have struggled mightily shooting from the field. The majority of their points coming from the free throw line off of fouls. That's not really something you can rely on, however, because they only count for 1 point and you still got to knock them down. I mean, they're not really free points, but South Central is really only scoring from that area.
Their offense has got to get going if they want any chance to upset Buckeye Central, but Buckeye Central's defense is just smothering the Trojans. They don't know how to attack it, and really Buckeye Central's just been dominating.
Mid-range try, that one catches nothing but air. Buckeye Central and Pfeiffer are going to take it the other way, gets it up the court. I believe that is to Ratliff. She gets it over to the corner, back to Pfeiffer, going to try a three-pointer, faked me out. Gets it over to the corner, Ackerman waiting for it. Brings it back up top. Ratliff has it. Now Pfeiffer, she tries a three-pointer, and that one finds the bottom of the bucket for Pfeiffer.
Now she is up to 18 points already. About to eclipse her season average at 19. Let's see if she can do so. She's up trying to get a steal right now.
Ott has it now, tried to get that one inside. Another turnover in Buckeye Central where they are so dangerous. Out and running. Williams stops the fast break. Ackerman has it, gets it over to the corner. Cancer's waiting for it. Now inside to Evac. Back up top to Ackerman. Once again, Buckeye Central just being so patient, really looking for the wide open shot. And it pays its dividends right there as they get a free throw line, Jimmy, to go. South Central taking it the other way. Desperate for a score with under 30 seconds to play now here in the second. Really need to get something going. Ott gets it inside and gets the Trojans back on the board. And now a timeout from Buckeye Central. Their head coach looks steaming mad. I'm a little shocked, honestly, because they're in command and control of this one as we take a look at the fan zone, everyone's favorite part of the OH.Report broadcast. Just like the Browns versus Broncos from last year. I mean, yeah, this one's getting a little out of hand. Watching from Mansfield, go Buckettes, good luck, Lady Trojans. They're going to need some of that luck to get back into this one. Good luck, Buckettes, basketball emoji, basketball emoji, basketball emoji, basketball emoji. So a lot of fans watching from a lot of different places around Ohio.
Always great to see Fan Zone. Haven't had a Fan Zone storm here in a while. Shout out to Travis Berardi locking it down, getting the Fan Zone. Always great to see all those comments and see where everybody's cheering from.
Surprised to see no Linda Mendoza. I don't believe we had her on our last broadcast. I mean, this is her stomping grounds here, so I'm a little surprised no Linda Mendoza yet tonight.
Storm, I actually did see a Linda Mendoza comment on our last video. So she is 1 for 1 tonight. She's got 2 quarters to make up for this one. Didn't see a comment on the Fan Zone, and that's pretty different.
Time winding down here in the second quarter. Last second heave on the way. Falls off target for the Trojans, and that's going to do it here through 2 quarters where the Buckeye Central Buckettes lead the South Central Trojans 36-14. That's going to do it here through 2 quarters. Make sure you keep it with us. Going to have halftime stats and second half action on the way. But for now, you have been watching High School Hoops live and free on the OH.Report.
A1 Auto Sales Mansfield is driving excitement. You asked for it, you got it. A 3-month, 3,000-mile warranty on all vehicles. A local veteran-owned dealership caring about the community, providing quality vehicles at rock-bottom pricing. Cars, trucks, SUVs, and vans of all makes and models. No bones about it. Daisy the Doodle says, thanks, A1 Auto Sales Mansfield, for making my first-time car buying experience simple. Located at 100 South Illinois Ave, A1 Auto Sales Mansfield is the dealership for you.
No paywalls, just live sports. Exclusively on the OH.Report.
Welcome back to Willard High School, where it is halftime and the Buckeye Central Buckettes lead the South Central Trojans 36-14. Taking a look at the halftime stats, the Buckeye Central Buckettes shooting 14 of 29 from the field, 3 of 12 from the distance, 5 of 6 from the free throw line with 13 rebounds, 6 of them offensively, and 8 turnovers for South Central. 5 of 18 from the field, shooting 28%. 0 of 1 from behind the arc, 4 of 6 from the free throw line. 9 rebounds, 4 of them offensively, and 14 turnovers. Storm Bluntschli joined by the illustrious Garrett Parlett, and Garrett, South Central really not able to get anything going in the first half.
Buckeye Central's defense has been smothering and hounding South Central all night long, forcing a lot of turnovers and getting easy fast break opportunities. South Central, if they want any chance to come back in this one, it's a large deficit here at halftime. They've got to come out here and pretty much play perfect in the second half, force a lot of Buckeye Central turnovers, and get their offense going. So it's going to be curious to what Coach John Vogel draws up at halftime.
Still a lot of time left, and Garrett, it is tournament time. We have some brackets here to look at for Division II. The Ashland District, the Shelby Whippets were victorious over the over the TY Tigers from Mansfield Senior. The final score that was 66-51. The Bellevue and Sandusky Perkins game is still going. Bellevue up 2 at half. Sources are telling me. Got a couple more brackets to go through in the Shelby District for Division II. The Willard Flashes were victorious over the Cary Blue Devils 57-44, and the Colonel Crawford Eagles and Margaretta Polar Bears, are still going on. Colonel Crawford up 4 at halftime. And now back at this bracket, the Willard District. Seneca East obviously victorious over St. Paul in a convincing fashion, and South Central versus Buckeye Central in progress right now, and that's our bracket recap here. But I believe that is going to do it here for halftime at Willard. Going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with second half action. You have been watching high school hoops live and free on the OH Report.
A1 Auto Sales Mansfield is driving excitement. You asked for it, you got it. A 3-month, 3,000-mile warranty on all vehicles. A local veteran-owned dealership caring about the community, providing quality vehicles at rock-bottom pricing. Cars, trucks, SUVs, and vans of all makes and models. No bones about it. Daisy the Doodle says, thanks, A1 Auto Sales Mansfield, for making my first-time car buying experience simple. Located at 100 South Illinois Ave, A1 Auto Sales Mansfield is the dealership for you.
No paywalls, just live sports. Exclusively on the OH Report.
Welcome back to Willard High School, where second half action between the Buckeye Central Buckettes and the South Central Trojans is just moments away. Storm Bluntschli joined by the illustrious Garrett Parlett. And Garrett, my father posed this question to me earlier today. Is one born illustrious, or do you have to earn it?
That's a question, Storm, that you have to answer. You're the one who gave me this nickname. I've actually never heard me be called the illustrious Garrett Parlett until I started commentating.
Maybe I will revoke that title. That's one I think I'm going to have to sleep on. I want to say that you have to earn the title of illustrious, as that is a pretty big privilege. Emily Cecil set to get things going here in the second half of this tournament matchup. Was all Buckeye Central all first half long, and that's just too easy for the Lady Buckettes as they quickly slice and dice the defense for two. Beverly now for South Central, takes a screen from Deppen. Beverly still has it, puts a spin move on, tries to thread the needle and sneak that one inside. Another turnover, and this was Buckeye Central's bread and butter all the way on the fast break. Misses that one, collects her own offensive rebound. Emily Cecil puts one up, going to be a foul and 2 shots at the free throw line, but the Buckeye Central Buckettes offense just completely dominant in the first half. South Central really never had an answer for them, and through the first 2 possessions, seems like that might be the case here in the late goings.
I'm sure Buckeye Central is going to try to put this one away here early in this third quarter and try to move on to Seneca East, but South Central's got to get something going offensively if they want a shot in this one. Now down 26. Offense has got to get going. The only real bright spot for South Central has been the free throw line.
Lamoureux has it, gets it over to Deppen. Now back to Williams. Dribbles to her right. Going to be a travel there on Williams, and South Central just looks lost out there. You can see the frustration. They are just having what looks like to be no fun out there on the court. And how can it be when you go against Buckeye Central? I mean, that's got to be demoralizing. Pfeiffer has it now, swings it over the right wing. 3-point try on the way. That one finds the bottom of the net, and the Buckeye Central offense continues to roll. Beverly has it, gets it over to Lamoureux. South Central still trying to find their first score of the second half. Deppen's been pretty quiet here with 0 total points. Usually the team leader when it comes to scoring, but not able to get that one. Surprise no carry right there from Beverly. Had that ball high up in the air. Deppen has it on the 3-point line, drives inside, but just smothered from the Lady Buckettes. They're getting out on the break. Emily Cecil has it all the way down the court, and that's going to be an and one. Count that bucket and the foul for the Lady Buckettes.
Buckeye Central trying to put this one away early. She can knock down this free throw. It will be a 30-point advantage.
Emily Cecil's going to have an opportunity to convert the old-fashioned 3-point play. She puts that one up and puts it home. Expands this lead even further. South Central desperately needs a basket. Deppen has it on the wrong side of half court, gets it across, picked up her dribble. Ott has it down low, kicks it over to Williams. Puts up a mid-range floater. Rebound secured by Buckeye Central eventually. Now back on the attack is Emily Cecil, and another silky smooth finger roll falls for 2.
Buckeye Central cannot be stopped in the fast break. Claudia Pfeiffer with a beautiful pass down to Cecil, who's running the floor and gets the easy layup to make this a 32-point margin.
Williams has it, kicks it up, and Emily Cecil having herself a night's going to get another easy layup to go on the fast break. Gives her 18 total points. Her partner in crime, Pfeiffer, has 20 as well. As you just heard from the scores keeper, a 35-point differential is going to lead to a running clock. And Garrett, we're used to those. I mean, we saw the Shelby Whippets do it to pretty much every opponent in the regular season during the football season. But South Central really desperate for some baskets on offense. I don't believe they scored here in the second half.
We've seen that a lot at Shelby. They would always get out in front by so much. Owen Fisher and Marshall Shepard, that offense over there. But here, Buckeye Central doing it as well. I believe it is a 36-point margin, so that will be a running clock. I'm sure they're trying to put this one as quick as possible so they can move on till Saturday night.
And that is going to be a big matchup if they manage to win versus Seneca East, who we saw dismantle St. Paul by over 10 points. A lot of people thought that one was going to be a lot closer, but Seneca East defense just dominated all the way throughout that one. As play resumes here, South Central taking it across the midcourt line, really trying to put some points on the board. Almost another turnover, somehow gets in the hands of Deppen. She puts up a floater, and that's going to be the first score for South Central in the second half. But check this out, Buckeye Central already down the court, running a little bit of the Coach Spencer offense as Pfeiffer scores in, I believe, less than 3 seconds. South Central taking it the other way on offense. Williams has it, puts up a wild shot, falls in the hands of Pfeiffer. No home run pass on that one, surprising a little bit, as Ackerman has it, dishes it inside, back out to the three-point line, and I don't think the Buckeye Central Buckettes can miss.
I don't think they have missed, Storm, since the start of the third quarter. They are trying to put this one away. They're already up at a huge margin, and Ackerman right there splashes the triple.
South Central driving inside. Williams has it, tough contested mid-range shot collected by her teammate. Another try on the offensive glass. Falls into the hands of Buckeye Central. Eventually, Emily Cecil now has it. Gets it down the court to Ackerman. Buckeye Central resetting things. Huge advantage for them as Pfeiffer collects the ball. Buckeye Central, I believe, can put this one on cruise control unless South Central gets the points coming in a hurry. Pfeiffer all the way inside, gets blocked by South Central, and that might be the momentum they need, but a quick turnover off the travel is going to put the ball back in the hands of Buckeye Central. Take a look at the three-point right there, the three-pointer, from Buckeye Central. They are just scoring from wherever they want at will. As the ball is back in the hands of Emily Cecil, she kicks it over to Pfeiffer. Cecil's going to try another three, and that one drops, and this one is just getting out of hand for Buckeye Central.
Cecil has exploded in this second half. I believe she was under 10 points to start the third quarter, and she's already up to 21. Huge credit to Pfeiffer getting her the ball in open spaces. South Central turns it over again.
Emily Cecil set to inbound here for the Lady Buckettes, and South Central in a little bit of a press defense, maybe trying to create some turnovers in the backcourt. Ratliff gets it tipped away, but going to be in possession of Buckeye Central still as a couple more Buckettes check in. Some South Central Trojans check in as well, and Emily Cecil is set to inbound on the close sideline. Gets it into her sister Kate Cecil. Seeing her first action here tonight as they get it down low to Worm. She's unable to get that one to go. Going to be off the fingertips of Buckeye Central. South Central has another player check in, and they're going to have possession. Two minutes and counting here in the third quarter. Beverly has it for the Trojans, now to Williams. Over in the right corner, spin move, loses possession. Going to be a foul on the play. Buckeye Central going to pick up that one. And there were a lot of fouls here in the first half. Not so many so far in the third quarter. Only 3 total in between both these teams. So clean game here through the third quarter, Lamoureux has it, gets it back to Beverly. Beverly setting things up here at half-court line, hands it off to Williams. Spin move almost picked away, and that was just terrific defense all night from Emily Cecil, as she has had a bunch of steals and a bunch of fast break opportunities that have given her 21 points on the night. Definitely one of the terrific bright spots for this already terrific Buckeye Central team.
Her and Pfeiffer combined for 41 so far and counting, as South Central can't get it to go. Let's see if Cecil can get some more buckets here on fast break.
Under 1 minute to play. Buckeye Central somehow gets that one to go. That was Evac from the low block. Time still ticking away here in the third quarter. Williams has it, dribbles inside, almost turns it over, going to be out of bounds. I'm going to say it was last touch by Buckeye Central. As Ackerman checks in, and I believe that is Emily Cecil checks out. Quick inbounds inside to South Central. Going to be 2 free throws on the way for Osborne. A little interesting. The horn's gonna actually sound here during this free throw attempt, so I believe they're just gonna shoot out this last one, and then that'll be the end of the quarter. Oh, they're actually going to, oh yeah, that's what I was saying. They're gonna just shoot this one out, and then they're going to end the quarter. So Osborne still with 1 attempt here at the end of the third quarter. Puts that one up and puts it in, but that's going to do it through 3 quarters. The Buckeye Central Buckettes are dominating over the South Central Trojans 60-18. That's going to do it here through 3. We're going to take a quick break, be right back with some fourth quarter action. You have been watching High School Hoops live and free on the OH Report.
A1 Auto Sales Mansfield is driving excitement. You asked for it, you got it. A 3-month, 3,000-mile warranty on all vehicles. A local veteran-owned dealership caring about the community, providing quality vehicles at rock-bottom pricing. Cars, trucks, SUVs, and vans of all makes and models. No bones about it. Daisy the Doodle says thanks, A1 Auto Sales Mansfield, for making my first-time car buying experience simple. Located at 100 South Illinois Ave, A1 Auto Sales Mansfield is the dealership for you.
No paywalls, just live sports. Exclusively on the OH Report.
Fourth quarter action already underway here at Willard, where we saw South Central just score, just missed it on the broadcast, but that's going to be going down as their first points of the fourth quarter. Going to push it to 4 here. Not quite tough rebound or tough layup in transition. It has been all Buckeye Central here throughout this one. Lead by a huge margin. 40 points separate these two ball clubs. Storm Blunchley joined by the illustrious Garrett Parlett, and Garrett, Buckeye Central proving why they're the #1 seed.
Proving why they're one of the better teams in the state. They get that title because they can play at the abilities that they're playing at right now. Got to a 40-point margin. South Central really can't do anything offensively, and Buckeye Central's defense is just allowing them easy opportunities at the rim.
It really has been the transition play for Buckeye Central. I mean, they are getting out in a hurry and taking a bunch of fast break layups as South Central will get fouled. Here is the first bucket out of the break. A floater in the lane falls off target, gets rebounded and put right back up by South Central. So that's what you missed while we were in the bump. South Central misses their free throw. That has been the one spot where they have been playing well and collecting the majority of their points is from the free throw line, but unsuccessful on that one for Buckeye Central. Really getting out on the break. I've said it a couple times before, but that's been their bread and butter. I mean, a couple of home run passes that led to a bunch of points off of steals for Buckeye Central.
I believe Buckeye Central scored 34 in that last quarter, and I think around 18 of them, Storm, came from Cecil. And she was getting easy shots at the rim thanks to Claudia Pfeiffer's passing. But it's really been Cecil and Pfeiffer dominating for Buckeye Central as they were up big.
That one's going to be off the mark. Going to be Buckeye Central's ball. Canceller set to inbound. A couple of Trojans check in. For South Central, I mean, it is tough to have to come in here and play Buckeye Central. They are just such an excellent squad. So nothing to hang your head about if you're South Central. Just ran into a really tough opponent.
Now we get to look forward to Seneca East versus Buckeye Central, a clash of Northern 10 rivals as South Central gets a floater to drop.
It is pretty crazy how good that Northern 10 conference is, both in boys and girls basketball. I mean, a lot of good prospects for the boys side. I know Upper Sandusky, I think they're around 3rd or 4th in the Northern 10, but with the likes of Trent Beamer and Gavin Carey, that is an elite squad, and I believe you're going out to see them tomorrow.
Go heading up to Norwalk Storm to see Upper Sandusky take on the Truckers. Going to be an exciting one, and I'm definitely excited to go up there.
I will be at Ashland tomorrow to watch the Arrows in action for a huge Friday of tournament coverage. Those will all be highlights. No live game set on the plate tomorrow. Those will all be highlights, but you know, Luke Denbo, a premier player in his conference, the OCC, I believe. And Luke Denbo, I mean, he is just built different.
I believe he won the District 6 Player of the Year, and deservedly so. One of the better players in this area is with TJ Pugh and a few others that I can't name off the top of my head. But got a good group of hoops around here, Storm. A lot of good scores, a lot of good players in this area, and we got a team down there in Buckeye Central who is state ranked and heading to play Seneca East here on Saturday night.
Buckeye Central has dominated this one. Still 3 minutes and 30 seconds of hoops still left to play. Kate Cecil has it, tries to sneak it inside to Colleen. And Garrett, is that the mask? Is that the Rip Hamilton mask I see down there on the floor?
I believe she is wearing a mask, Storm. Usually don't see a lot of players use masks. I'm sure she's using it to protect from those elbows that a lot of girls like to throw when they get the ball. As we've seen at Crestview the other day when we were watching that game, there was a lot of elbows being thrown, but yet the refs still wouldn't call it as there's another hard foul right there, as I believe that is Ott heading to the free throw line.
Now, a lot of the NBA greats wore the mask. I believe it was first coined by Rip Hamilton in the 04 Detroit Pistons, and then the late great Kobe Bryant wore one as well, and LeBron James. So Colleen, joining that elite club. Ott at the free throw line. That one falls off target, and that's what I'm talking about. Colleen grabs the rebound. All in the power of the mask. Believe in the mask. As Garrett, I can confirm that Linda Mendoza is 2 for 2 on the comments. Great job, OH.Report announcers Garrett Parlett and Storm Blunchley for a perfect job, in the OH.Report camera crew for awesome captures on great plays. Thank you, Linda Mendoza. Thank you. I believe you tune into every one of our broadcasts. Always a pleasure to hear from you right from your hometown in Willard.
I think now that Linda has commented, Storm, it is a W here today for the OH.Report. Everything has went as scheduled so far. No technical difficulties. Crossing my fingers, hopefully nothing happens, but everything is on schedule. Linda Mendoza has commented.
I believe she holds the longest active streak for OH.Report live streams watched in a row, so she will be inducted into the OH.Report Hall of Fame whenever that streak ends. I'm sure it's not anytime soon, but we'll get that going. We'll get her a plaque in Mansfield, Ohio to commemorate her service to the OH.Report. Kate Cecil has it on offense. Now over in the corner, three-point try on the way, off target from Spalding. Foul on the floor, and 1:20 left to play in the fourth. Time winding down as Buckeye Central is going to take a big win here in the tournament. And Garrett, who else but the masked hero Colleen at the free throw line?
Knocks down her first attempt. What if she maybe would just hold the ball here, maybe see if she could just ice out the game and finish with a free throw.
See if Colleen has ice in her veins here to put this one away finally here for Buckeye Central. But I'm telling you, believe in the mask. If you see a player wearing the mask, they are 100% dangerous. South Central taking the other way, 40 seconds and counting here in the fourth corner. Drops it, man. Puts up the shot. That one doesn't fall. Going to be out of bounds. Going to be South Central's ball on the baseline. Trojans set to inbound, get it up top to Ott, kicks it out mid-range try on the way, falls off target. Another ball sails out of bounds. Going to be South Central once again with possession. Quick inbound, Ott gets blocked by, I believe that was Worm. And this one's going to be all but over here for Buckeye Central, dribbling this one out. The final score 64-24 in convincing fashion. Buckeye Central is going to move on to play Seneca East on Saturday. A terrific team win over the South Central Trojans. That's going to do it through 4 quarters. Make sure you stick with us through this break. We're going to have final stats and a player of the game interview. But for now, you've been watching High School Hoops live and free on the OH Report.
A1 Auto Sales Mansfield is driving excitement. You asked for it, you got it. A 3-month, 3,000-mile warranty on all vehicles. A local veteran-owned dealership caring about the community, providing quality vehicles at rock-bottom pricing. Cars, trucks, SUVs, and vans of all makes and models. No bones about it. Daisy the Doodle says thanks, A1 Auto Sales Mansfield, for making my first-time car buying experience simple. Located at 100 South Illinois Ave, A1 Auto Sales Mansfield is the dealership for you.
No paywalls, just live sports. Exclusively on the OH.Report.
standing courtside now with our player of the game, brought to you by Sutton Bank, Claudia Pfeiffer, who dropped in 24 points in a big win over South Central. Claudia, I've never seen a team get running clocked in basketball, but that's what you just went out and did to the Trojans. How's that feel to get such a big win?
It feels really good, especially in tournament time. We want to play to our fullest potential. And coming out here, we didn't get off to a great start, but we got into our rhythm and we were able to turn them over and complete shots off of it, so that was good for us.
Going to be matched up against the Seneca East Tigers, a Northern 10 rival. Got to be scary, even though you beat them twice in a row. Going to play them on Saturday. How are you feeling?
We feel good. We obviously know them. They know us. It's just going to be a big mental game for both teams because physically we both can make shots and everything like that. So, I mean, it's going to really come down to who wants it more in the end and who works hard for it.
Had a lot of success on the fast break tonight. Is that something you guys emphasize, or is that kind of just how it goes?
We really emphasize getting up defensively, and I think those turnovers just create more of a fast break offense for us.
What is the plan going into a huge matchup on Saturday?
I think just playing our game, coming in calm, and just being able to turn up our defense and box out and rebound because they outsize us, so that's going to be a big thing for us is rebounding. But overall, we're really excited, and we're ready to win that game.
Alrighty, thank you very much. Once again, that was our player of the game, brought to you by Sutton Bank, Claudia Pfeiffer, who had 24. Thank you very much. Go out, enjoy the win, and get ready for Saturday.
Thank you. Thanks.
Alright, if you want to hand the headset back off to Austin, the wonderful statistician, going to get Garrett back in the booth. Take a look at some final stats. The Buckeye Central Buckettes shooting 22 of 47 from the field, 7 of 17 from behind the arc, 10 of 11 from the free throw line with 21 rebounds, 8 of them offensively, and 11 turnovers for the Trojans. 8 of 37, 22% from the field, 0 of 2 from three-point land, 8 of 14 from the free throw line, 17 rebounds, 10 of them offensively, and 19 turnovers. As Garrett steps back into the booth, that was just an old-fashioned butt kicking for Buckeye Central.
Buckeye Central really dominated from the get-go. They struggled to really get going, though, but when they did, as Claudia Pfeiffer saying, they kind of struggled to get going, but, I mean, when they did, they took off, man, and it really wasn't a question after that second quarter. They were dominating on all cylinders, and it was a credit to their defense. They forced so many South Central turnovers, and that led to easy fast break opportunities, and they definitely capitalized on them.
Gonna be an interesting matchup on Saturday. These two teams know each other very well. It'll be interesting to see what kind of adjustments that Seneca East has made from the regular season here on to the postseason.
Buckeye Central beat them twice in their conference meetings earlier this year, but as they always say, it is very hard to go out and beat a team a third time, regardless if they've had your number the past two meetings. So Seneca East, I'm sure they're feeling confident, but Buckeye Central feeling confident themselves. They just came out here and had a huge win, a blowout win against South Central, and Buckeye Central's beat them twice, so I'm sure they got all the confidence in the world. All
right, thank you so much, Garrett Parlett, for locking it down on the camera and my color commentary. Thank you so much, Travis Berardi, for directing tonight, getting Fan Zone in his house. Thank you, Austin Michael, for being a wonderful statistician. And Max already made his way out of the door, but he was our other terrific camera operator. It has been a fun day of high school hoops. Hate to see it go, but it's got to end sometime. Thank you once again to all of our wonderful sponsors for making this live and free coverage possible. And as always, thank you very much to the fans for hanging out with us for a few hours and keeping us company through this high school tournament. That's going to do it for now. However, you have been watching, as always, live and free high school hoops on the OH Report.